Okay, so I started Eating Style blog about 7 or 8 years ago after a bad breakup, and I knew I wanted to say stuff, but I didn't want to say bad stuff about him. So I was like, oh, let me figure out what I can talk about. I wanted to talk about food and fashion because those were two things that I love. So that's how Eating Style blog began. I had my own blogging website, and then I also started blogging for Greater Washington Goodwill locations as well. Mix and Match Closet then grew during the pandemic. I decided that I wanted to sell some of the clothes that I wasn't wearing because I wasn't going anywhere. And people seem to like the style. So it's grown in the last 4 years.
So you mentioned about the Goodwill. So can you talk more about how you actually got started with that?
So I've always been a thrifter. I've been thrifting since I was a kid. Greater Washington Goodwill came along. One of my good friends actually coerced me into reaching out to Finding Your Good, which is their blog site, to be able to become a blogger. And I just said, hi, this is me. This is what I do. I do what y'all do. I like what y'all do. And that's how it started. And it's a great organization to be partnered with.
What tips would you give someone who wanted to get into thrifting?
First of all, patient, because people think that you go into any store, period, and you're going to find everything your size, all the things that checks off your list. That's not always the case. The other thing is to shop all the sections. Some thrift stores are a little bit more organized than others. So you may find something in the men's section that isn't supposed to be there. Don't get discouraged at all. Another tip that I can give is a lot of stores, similar to Goodwill, a lot of people donate their items during the weekend. So it's best to go there a Tuesday or Wednesday after they've been processed through the store. So then they actually hit the floor. So you're not getting the stuff from last week. You're getting some of the things that has just hit the floor. Also, go out to other areas or neighborhoods that are not your own neighborhood. You'll be surprised for the things that you find when you go a little further out.
How can people buy from you?
People can buy from me through Instagram. I have the page Mix and Match Closet on Instagram. I have weekly Sunday sales, closet sales.
And what would you say was your best find that you said you're not going to sell?
My best find, which I haven't asked many times if I will sell. I don't know if ladies are familiar with Mess in a Bottle. In Baltimore, it's a Black woman-owned apparel brand. I found one of her camel jackets, and on the back it says something along the lines of Queen, you can rule like a king. And I found it at a Goodwill for like over 75% off. As I did a blog about it for Finding Your Good, and I get asked all the time, you want to sell that jacket? No, I'm not going to sell that jacket.
Are you taking clients for consignment?
I do take clients for consignment. Believe it or not, I love shopping, but just like anything, it can get tiring. I love to see some of the other items from other people's closets that then I can move into newer people's closets. So it doesn't even always have to come from my closet. They're just able to contact me through Instagram or email, and then we can set up how we can do consignment of their items.
Now, how do you see yourself in another, I would say, year?
I would love to do more. I'm actually organizing a pop-up for next month in this DC area. Also, when I started doing Mix and Match Closet, my goal was also to do closet revamp. But because of COVID, I wasn't able to go into people's homes. So I would love to go into different people's closets and see what they have and kind of remix what they have. Because again, it's not always about going out and shopping and finding new things. There's so many gems in people's closets that they don't even think about.
So basically, you'll just be a stylist for stuff people already have.
I would love to. And we can add little things here or there. But people have pretty good base items that they don't think that they can use.
Especially with going to thrift, have you noticed some of the discrepancies with maybe the vintage finds?
Yes, that's a good question. There are a lot of great vintage items, but unfortunately, what they consider vintage plus size then is not the shape and size of us women nowadays. So even though there are great items that have lasted through time, sometimes it's hard to find those, those plus size items, but they are still out there and they are there to be found.
With all the upcycling now, do you find it's harder to find good pieces, now as opposed to before?
Yes.
Okay.
Thrifting is like the new thing now. And I'm like, why y'all in here? But I mean, I welcome it though. It's good for people to educate themselves and know that it's about sustainability. They don't have to pay a lot of money for great items. We're all helping each other. And that's why the tip that I gave about maybe going a little further out to be able to find things that you normally wouldn't find in your own regular community or neighborhood that's close to you.
Like, what's the furthest distance you've gone to visit a thrift store?
The furthest north I've gone is Boston, and probably the furthest south is North Carolina. Whenever I travel, even if it's for work, I try to incorporate some sort of thrifting if I can.
When you're posting your stuff online, how do you go through the photography and the right angles and all of that stuff?
Good old iPhone. But I have a plus size mannequin that I got a couple years ago, and I use the mannequin. And also I use myself. Just about everything I try on, I tell the ladies how it fits on me, how tall I am, what my measurements are, what my inseam is, so they have an idea of, okay, it looks like this on her, and maybe if I'm shaped similar. But yeah, I try to be as honest as I can. Most things are secondhand. I do find some new things as well, but some things are secondhand. I'll show you if there's imperfections or anything like that. But I'm also not going to sell anything that I wouldn't wear myself.
Check your measurements. Don't worry about the size that's on the label, because you may be a size 6 or 4 and like a 20. It all depends on what that brand has decided.
I wish a lot of more people would think that way and stop looking to be so size inclusive, because it really is about the fit. And even how you want it to fit on you. Like now people are wearing stuff more oversized. So people are going up more sizes to have a certain look that they want to go for. I do have size 6s that shop with me. It's like, you have that in a 2X? And I have to catch myself sometimes, like, why? Because I love to take care of my curvy girls. I'm like, why are you over here? But people have visions for what they want their items to look like, or what they want their look to be.
I know you use yourself as a model and you use your dimensions, but how do you encourage, because sizes are scary?
I just encourage women just to love the body that you're in. It's beautiful. And that confidence and that joy comes from within. Yes, you're right. So many people are scared of the numbers or the sizes or anything like that, but just love what you're showing. And I try to show that, to women, that no matter what their sizes are, I'll offer between a large to a 3X, sometimes a 4X if I can find some good 4X pieces, because everyone deserves to be cute, be fly in the items that they want to wear, in the style that they want to be in.
If anybody wants your t-shirt, where can they get that?
Actually, one of my friends made this t-shirt for me. So yes, I will gladly take orders and bring them back to her. If anyone would like a mix and match closet, that would be great. I would love to see people walking around with mix and match merch.
So how can people follow you online to get up to date with all the sales and stuff that you offer?
Great. You can follow me on Instagram, Eat and Style Blog, also Mix and Match Closet, and both pages will take you to each one.
So thank you all for watching. I'm Letitia Winston of Keeping You in Stitches, along with Naima Dozier of Fearless Threads, and Zahia from Regent Design Lab, and our special guest Amber from Mix and Match. See you next time.